Hi, my people. Welcome, welcome, welcome to my newest psychic reading on DC Young Fly, who is a part of the Wild and Out crew. Of course, the Wild and Out show is a show where they roast people, they roast each other, they win points, they win some sort of trophy, I guess, but they also have celebrity guests on as well. Of course, we know that DC Young Fly is on Wild and Out, as was at one point his wife or girlfriend, Jacky O. All right, so yes, yes, yes. Thank you all for being here. We're here to focus on DC Young Fly. Thank you so much for being here. I'm Lamarr Townsend. If you're new to my channel, I'm a psychic, a tarot reader, an astrologer, and a medium. If you would like your own reading from me, do not hesitate to reach out. This is where you can go to book your reading with me. You can text me at 703-791-9162. I am available for international clients as well. I do have WhatsApp. I am also getting through my list, so if you're waiting for your reading, it is coming. Also, you can email me at lamartownsend@gmail.com. You can visit my website, lamartownsendtarot.com, to get your reading. That's the best place to book with me. By the way, if you want your own reading, this is my website. So once you reach this page, you know you're on the right page. You can scroll down and read reviews from people who have purchased readings from me. You can also follow me down here on Instagram and Facebook. And of course, if you would like your own reading, go right to the store section because that's where you can go to view all the rates, services, products, classes, candles, and different types of things I do offer. And I do offer quite a lot. I do offer phone readings, which have same day priority. I also do offer video recorded readings. I also offer email readings. I offer past life readings as well as mediumship readings where I don't use the cards, I just channel spirit. I also do offer classes, tarot classes, astrology classes, and spiritual development classes. I also offer candles, protection candles, money candles, success in love candles, success in finances candles, and different types of things of that nature. So if you'd be interested in any of these things, anything spiritual, definitely check out my website, lamartownsendtarot.com. I even sell soap on my website. So I get a lot of compliments on my skin, and the same exact soap that I actually use on my skin, I sell on my website. So go ahead and check that out. So, yes, I'm here to do a reading on DC Young Fly. We know his situation with not only Jackie O, but interestingly enough, Azealia Banks, who I did a reading on with Tracy Brown a few days ago. So check that out in the live stream section because that was live. Let's go ahead and tap into the energy and see what we pick up around DC Young Fly. Let's go ahead and do a singing bowl first. Spirit, thank you for protecting my energy. Thank you for protecting those watching this video. Thank you for providing clarity and insight as to DC Young Fly and what's going on with him and his situation in the Jackie O passing. Thank you for letting DC Young Fly's ancestors and protectors know that we do come in peace, love, and light. Thank you for allowing his ancestors, angels, and protectors to go back from where they came from once this reading is over. In the name of the Mother, the Daughter, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost, amen, amen, amen. Love that. All right, let's go ahead and tap in. Let's not waste any time and see what we've got going on with DC Young Fly and his situation. All right, let's see what Spirit has to say. Spirit, what do you have to say about DC Young Fly? So the first thing I'm hearing as I tap in is I hear and see the word dishonest. I hear dishonest in his actions, dishonest in his ways. I feel like there's something where this is all alleged for YouTube entertainment purposes. I feel like there's something about DC Young Fly where he can allegedly maybe have a little bit of a way about him that could be almost like a superiority complex, almost like maybe a little bit even misogynistic in certain ways. Like I don't know why I see like it's like he's standing in front of like two women. Like this is what Spirit is showing me, and it seems like he's on the Wild and Out stage. So I don't know if he's actually done this before or if this is just his energy. But I see him like going up to two women, kind of folding his arms, around his like chest and his waist like this, and being like, "So what are y'all two women gonna do to like get this money or to get my attention? Who's gonna twerk the best? Who's gonna do this or that the best?" Like that's what I feel like. That's how I feel like his energy can come across. It's what can you do for me versus what can I do for you. This, of course, is not meant to be disrespectful to DC Young Fly, as we do want to respect him in his energy in this reading. But, excuse me, there's something where he can be almost like a little power hungry. Um, and I feel like this may have been a little bit of a point of contention in the relationship, we'll say allegedly, between him and Jackie O, where I feel like sometimes like there's something where DC would like to flex his power. Like, I got this money, I got, these girls around me, these women around me, although I don't necessarily hear that word, I hear the B word. I got these B words around me. That's what I hear him kind of saying or referring it to. Like it's almost like, like it's almost like he's looking at Jackie Owen being like, "What you got? I got this, I got, this money, I got these girls, what you got over there?" So it's almost like there was like a competition between these two a little bit. I want to say, especially towards the end of their relationship, and I get the number two, so maybe specifically, towards the last 2 years, 2 months, maybe 2 weeks of their relationship in particular. I feel like he could also have, like, kind of disrespectful ways when they live together. When DC and Jackie live together, I feel like he could be disrespectful, like coming in late hours of the night, maybe coming in with other people, other women, maybe potentially. Um, and it's possible maybe that DC and Jackie maybe allegedly participated in some things together from what I'm seeing, but it wasn't like an everyday thing. It wasn't meant, and I almost feel like I hear this in Jackie O's voice. It's like it wasn't meant to be an everyday thing. It wasn't meant to be a consistent thing. And I hear, but he was making it consistent. So I feel like that's where the dishonesty comes from. There's something definitely about the way DC Youngfly portrays himself. I feel like he mostly portrays himself as someone who is well adjusted, as someone who is well put together, as someone who is professional and things of this nature. And not saying he's not any of those things, but there's definitely almost like a sinister side to him, or a Jekyll and Hyde energy with him, where there's a light and a dark side to him. All right. I feel like the darkness you can sometimes see through his comedy. So I'm only familiar with a little bit of comedy I've seen of him on Wild and Out. But I feel like if he has any comedy outside of that, you could also see it then, maybe even more poignantly then, as well. That like darker side of him. Like I feel like DC Youngfly has a dark sense of humor. I feel like he can make light of morbid things or dark things or like depressing things. Like people like something that, someone would find like sentimental or find like um what's the word I want to use? Something that someone would find like that they are sensitive about. Like, like losing your dog of 20 years. My animal pet lovers know what that feels like. But it's like DC Youngfly. It's like he's gonna make a joke out of it. He's gonna make light of it. And he's a comedian, and that's what he does. But there's a time and a place. All right. Um. So in that way, he can come across as a bit immature. Once again, we'll say allegedly. And in that way, I think that part of him that I just described, I think that's partly how you can see a little bit of that in the way he's dealing with Jackie O's death. Not to say he's necessarily disrespectful, but there's something where he's kind of, you can kind of see little bits of that part of him where he's making light of a dark situation, which comedians do, but there's once again, what did I say earlier? A time and a place, all right? And I don't think he's mastered understanding the the art and the fact and the understanding and awareness of there's a time and a place. That's that immaturity in him. Um, and it's interesting because comedy, the art of comedy, kind of requires a sense of a little bit of immaturity, I guess, to a degree. But it's more so what I pick up. It's a connection to that inner child. Comedy is just an extension of creativity, right? Creativity comes from that inner child. So viewing certain things from the perspective of an inner child, but from the knowledge and the critical thinking and the wherewithal and peripheralness of an adult, if that makes sense. That's true comedy. That's that's what the true comedians master. Lucille Ball, Joan Rivers, Eddie Murphy, Martin Lawrence. Things of this nature. All right. So in that sense, DC Young Fly is not quite there as a comedian. Um, and once again, unfortunately, I feel like the what's happened to Jackie O could bring out even more of these traits in him that unfortunately could start to turn the public off. So he's gonna need to fine tune and tweak his comedy and his passion and his art now to accommodate for the life experience that he's now gone through in the public eye. You know what I'm saying? People are going to be looking for him to incorporate that, but in a mature way, not an immature way. All right. So I almost feel like there's certain jokes we may hear him say that could be very crass. That could be very like, it's like, dude, you just lost your wife, or you just lost your like the mother of your children. Like, come on. It's like that kind of energy. Um, I also feel like I see him with other women. Like I feel like there's something where he has a very like swaying eye, a very like what do they call it? A wandering eye. All right. So if there's a fine female, best believe if DC Young flies in the vicinity, he's definitely looked. That female. He's definitely looked at that female and sussed her out. All right, already. Um, but he also likes the attention he gets in that way too. And that could go back to his young childhood self. Like, certain celebrities may not be so popular when they're young, but once they get famous, of course, money, success makes anyone more attractive, so there's that kind of energy with him too. Of almost like a, what's the word I want to use? Almost like a, I hear the word persona, but that's not necessarily the word I'm looking for, but it fits. I guess it's almost like a masquerade or a mask. Remember that song by not Two Chains, was it by Mask On, Mask Off? Was it? It starts with an F. I feel like Future, Future, yeah, Future. Like it's like Mask On, Mask Off with DC Young Fly. All right, we're gonna end the reading here in a bit, but the mediumship portion, and get into the tarot cards. Let's get some final messages about this situation with DC Young Fly. So I feel like his immaturity definitely could be his downfall. Um, what he does after Wild and Out will be pivotal in terms of his career. I don't know why I see him getting into acting, but I feel like it could be serious acting as well as comedic acting. So he's gonna have to like explore his chops. He's gonna have to explore different avenues of art in order to find the balance between pursuing your passion, finding yourself, fulfilling your purpose, but also making money, and sustaining yourself with doing what you love. So there's a fine line there that can be hard for some artists to toe. I saying it as someone who toes the line, and has been toeing the line for several years now doing the same thing. So let's get into the cards and see what the cards have to say about this situation. All right, and we're black. All right, y'all. So my first question might be a little bit controversial. So pin down your wigs, glue down your eyebrows, honey. All right, and let's get into it. Thank you for cleansing and clearing the energy of this document past reading in the name of the Mother, the Daughter, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. Amen, amen, amen. Remember, if you want a personal reading from me, I am available for readings right now at the timing you're watching this video, or later today or tomorrow, or once again, I offer many different types of readings, so do not hesitate to reach out. I am getting through my list, so if you're waiting for your reading, I'm getting through my list, so don't worry, your reading is coming. Thank you for your patience. I do get really busy and I have a lot of clients. All right, but yes, if you do want a reading, all right, my list is not too long. All right, so once again, the wait is typically 1 to 3 or 1 to 4 days or less. All right, so yes, once again, check out my website, LamarrTownsendTarot.com. There are same day readings available as well. All right, y'all. I told y'all my first question. Ooh, child, look at it. Look at the energy already starting. Told y'all my first question is going to be controversial. My first question is, if there was any foul play associated with Jacky O's passing, did DC Young Fly have any participation in that foul play? King of Cups. This could be a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio male connected to leadership, or an Aries male. Two of Pentacles connected to money, finances, and personal belongings. Two of Pentacles can be balancing money. Two of Pentacles can be an emotional connection to money or finances or resources. Four of Cups shows up connected to communication, intellect, and mind. Now, we do know that he had children with Jacky O. I believe they may have been together, they may not have been together by the time they were alive, but he still had to pay for those kids. Maybe, and now I'm not sure if he had other kids in addition to the kids he had with Jacky. There's something about obviously having to pay for those kids as well. Alright. Five of Swords. I'm wondering if him and Jacky were on good terms by the time that she passed, actually. With the Five of Swords showing up connected to emotions, family, and the home. They may have had some definitely differences of opinions. And it may have been a group effort. It may have been my family versus yours. It may have been his family versus hers. Or it may have been, her sister, her mom, her dad versus his, cousins. His this, it's like whatever it is, there's definitely like it's us versus them kind of thing. Alright. Five of Wands shows up connected to creativity, self-expression, purpose in life, confidence. Once again, I don't know if these two were on the best terms by the time they passed away, to be honest, or by the time she passed away. Unfortunately. I feel like there was possibly a little bit of a tiff between the two of these two. I'm not sure if it was like recent to the point of like a few days before she passed, or if it was just something they were working through together as a couple, or as a whatever you want to call it, a situationship, right? At the very least, sometimes there's things we don't know that they, don't tell us. The Justice card. The Justice card can deal with marriage. The Justice card can deal with legalities. There definitely may have been, involvement of legalities, contracts, government, getting things situated behind the scenes when it comes to contracts and paperwork behind the scenes prior to her passing. The Knight of Wands shows up. This will be an Aries, Sagittarius, Leo, or Libra facing the Hermit card connected to death, evolution, change, growth, and endings. I feel like there was something in their relationship that was destined towards change, irregardless or anyway. And it's almost like Jacky O's death, Jacky O's passing. How do I want to say this? Jacky O's passing allowed them to bypass the whole situation. And maybe it's like, okay, I'll give you an example. For example, it's like, okay, maybe if they were married, it's like, okay, maybe they were talking about divorce by the time Because this can deal with divorce. Maybe they were talking about that, and it's like they were coming up with terms. Maybe they were getting close to signing the papers, but then Jacky passes, and it's like, there goes that. There goes that ending. There goes that, like, sense of loss of a sense of closure. So I definitely feel like there was no closure for DC Young Fly on that end, or it could even be maybe they weren't married for just for an example or whatever it is. But it's like, okay, we're clearly not working out. How let's figure out a plan. For to co-parent, right? Whatever it was, there were contracts, there were things being worked out, paper, you know, um, contracts paper wise behind the scenes. The tower card. The tower card shows up connected to stepping outside one's comfort zones, freedom. I think it dealt with freedom. I'm wondering if they were still married by the time he passed, because they could have been talking about, or by the why do I keep getting them mixed up? By the time she passed, because they could have been talking about divorce. The Tower card can be a card of opinions, beliefs, optimism, stepping outside one's comfort zones, good luck. Nine of Pentacles can be child energy. This will be connected to fatherhood or the past. Facing the King of Pentacles, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus, or Aquarius person. The Eight of Wands is the last card. Eight of Wands is a lot of moving parts. Eight of Wands is a lot of activity. Eight of Wands is a lot of almost like pulling strings together at the last minute, which could represent him needing to do that, for her funeral and things of this nature. So I'll say, did he have any participation, maybe in any unscrupulous or foul play that may have been associated with Jackie O's death? I don't see necessarily um a direct action that maybe, like, I don't think he's the one that did it. But I definitely think there was some shady energy. There was definitely some energy between them where they were already working on their relationship and the contracts, the legalities of it, the paperwork of it all. They were working on these things. They were working on this prior to her passing, and I don't think they were necessarily on the best terms prior to her passing. So in a way, did he benefit from her passing? Because it's like, oh well, I don't have to worry about it. She's no longer here to sign this or that off. You know, yes, he may have benefited in that way. All right. That's my answer to that. The Tower card, though, he definitely could feel some guilt. Especially if they weren't on the best of terms prior to her passing, like I see. What's to come for DC Young Fly is my last question, and then we'll pull the final card. What's to come for DC Young Fly? What's to come for DC Young Fly? Make sure you all like the video, by the way. Thank you so much. Remember, if you want a reading, I'm available on LamarrTownsendTarot.com or text me at 703-791-9162. Six of Wands is the first card, so he will overcome this obstacle of losing Jackie O in the public eye. He will overcome this obstacle, or he will pursue overcoming this obstacle. He also could use this as part of his story arc of overcoming, of progressing, of evolving. I get the Seven of Cups connected to money and finances. He could definitely do some shady stuff for money. We definitely will probably see him do things over the next several weeks, months, or years. I get the numbers 2 to 7 specifically, so the next 2 to 7 months, weeks, or years, where we see him doing weird things. I don't know if I want to say weird things, but it's like, interesting things for money, I guess I'll say. Six of Pentacles shows up, card of money. Four of Wands shows up, connected to emotions, family, and the home. Four of Wands is a card of moving from one community to the next. I definitely see him moving or relocating. He's going to have to move or relocate because I feel like the people around him are going to start to switch up on him. Which is sad once you become, a certain level of famous. And I think he's going to be propelled into that certain level of famous arena, whether for the good or the bad. Page of Swords shows up, so this could be a young child, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, or Leo, or someone in their early 20s or 30s. Nine of Cups shows up connected to work, job, daily routine. I think that's the immaturity I was seeing. I think there's something where he was meant to... He is and was meant to learn from this passing of Jacky O, but I don't think he's going to learn the lessons and incorporate the lessons into his art, which is a large part of what this lesson was meant to teach him. Two of Wands shows up connected to one-on-one relationships. He needs to be careful of dating too early, dating someone else too early, or being seen with someone else too early. And the Eight of Swords, he honestly needs to be mindful of his own grief. You know, he may be seen, or he may even see himself as someone who's strong and capable, and can take on and weather the storm. But we're human beings. We're fragile. Our thoughts are fragile. Our emotions are fragile, especially as we age and grow. So things could come back to haunt him. The Judgment card shows up connected to freedom, self-expression. I think over time, once he really starts to incorporate the loss, we could see a softer side of him come out, and we could see a tribute almost. A tribute could show up maybe towards the end of the year, or could show up connected to the numbers 9 or 20. So maybe within the next 9 to 20 days, weeks, or months, we could see a new side of him and a tribute of some sort of tribute. There also could be something new coming for him in terms of his career around those time frames, around November, December, January, February, or around 9 to 20 days, weeks, or months as well. All right. The Emperor shows up as the last card, so this could be him. This could be someone around him that he's connected to who's highly powerful or highly connected in some way, shape, or form. But he could elevate from the situation. He could grow in a positive way, all right? Final card. What's the final card for DC Youngfly? Make sure you all like the video, subscribe, share, keep in touch. There we go. Two of Abundance. Two of Abundance. It says, life may be feeling a little out of balance right now. You could be working multiple jobs or trying to make a change to your dream career. It's important to keep things light and stay in touch with your inner child. I mentioned inner child at the beginning, remember? It says, make your work as playful as possible. Multitasking with a positive attitude brings success. So he's solo now. He's solo dolo. He's a solo parent now. So he's got to hustle and find a way to make it work for his kids. All right. It's a tough line. It's a tough position to be in. We wish him the best. We send him love and light, and we send Jacky O love and light in her healing and her transition. All right, and her loved ones as well. All right, you guys, thank you all so much for listening and watching. I am available for personal readings if you want a personal reading. Do not hesitate to reach out once again at 703-791-9162. Thank you so much for listening and watching. Thank you for trusting me as your reader. And remember, if you would like your own personal reading, do not hesitate to reach out. You can text me at 703-791-9162. I am available, and I would love to read for you. Love and light. God bless. Psychic with a T, the psychic with a T, that's me, that's me. The one with the T, the one with the T, that's me, that's me. When the planets align, spirit speaks on time, that's me, that's me. When the planets align, spirit speaks on time, that's me, that's me. When the trolls be gone, candle work be strong, that's me, that's me. When the trolls be gone, candle work be strong, that's me, that's me. I don't care what the others say, let's channel some energy today. I don't care what the others say, let's channel some energy today. Capricorn, Virgo, Libra strong, let's tarot card reading about to be long. Capricorn, Virgo, Libra strong. This tarot card reading about to be long. Psychic with a T, the psychic with a T, that's me, that's me. The one with the T, the one with the T, that's me, that's me. When the planets align, spirit speaks on time, that's me, that's me. When the planets align, spirit speaks on time, that's me, that's me. When the trolls be gone, candle work be strong, that's me, that's me. When the trolls be gone, candle work be strong, that's me, that's me.